Hello everyone. If you have a Switch 2, you probably ran into this issue before. It turns out that this is a design flaw from the Joy-Con 2 itself. The trigger button can wiggle on top of the mechanical switch, and this kind of switch is particularly sensitive. If it's not being pressed in the exact center, it will fail to register an input. And this can cause you to drop your shield or your aim in the middle of the gameplay, which is very annoying. And this happens a lot, especially in games where you use the motion controls. So I started looking into the possible solutions for this, and at first I just thought about replacing the switch. But the switch would be the same, and with time I would just run into the same problem. Then I found that Extremerate sells replacement kits for the Switch 2 Joy-Cons, and their switch is a bit different. So maybe those switches could be more resistant, right? So I asked them to send me one of these kits for this experiment. And this kit is alright, you get all of the tools you need to open and repair the Joy-Con. For some reason, this kit includes the triggers and 2 connectors for the Joy-Cons. Let's just focus on the triggers for now. With the Joy-Cons disassembled, we can see that they are indeed different. You just need to replace it. So here's the new switch installed and... it didn't fix our problem. The issue still persists. I'm pushing the button and the switch is clicked at all times, but the shield is still being dropped. I didn't want to end this video right here, so I moved on to the plan B. I removed the switch from the board, and the switch height is about 1.7 millimeters. I had this other model of switch here, and it's almost a perfect fit. All we have to do is find a way to bridge these contacts. First, I glued the new switch in place with a drop of super glue. And then we need a way to solder the contacts here. At first I thought about using that conductive silver paste that I tested here in the channel before, but it was very hard to get it under the switch to form a strong connection. So I removed the paint and added solder to the board. With regular solder, the connection was strong enough for the switch to work. It wasn't easy, but with enough patience, you can get it done. And now with this other switch model, the trigger works properly. Not only that, but the noise and tactile feel feels better than the original switch as well. And as you can see here, due to the switch being larger, the button is much more stable. The height difference didn't make the switch feel much different, but if you want, you can find the exact 1.7mm switches online. The one I used in this video is 1.5. Now we just need some company to rework the trigger switches and add this model instead. Hopefully Extremerate can come up with a V2 model of this kit. And if you are annoyed with this problem and don't want to mod your original Joy-Cons, you can just buy a third-party option. Both the Nixie Hyperion 3 or the MobaPad M12S or HD are immune to this problem, because they have a much better trigger design. And that's it for this video. I'll leave the links to all of the parts that I used in the description below. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.